be with you this morning. It hasn't gotten to be noon yet, so it's still morning. As California Secretary of State, first African American to serve in this position in California's 173 year history. And I'm honored to be with you and with so many of you that we've taken this journey together. I want to welcome you to this extremely important meeting that you're having today, where you're going to honor some individuals who have really made an impact in California and an impact in the world. This is a great video. I looked at it and I tell people all the time because it's very unique when we look at California's history, where we've come from and where we are. The fact that we have 8 constitutional officers, and all of them are either female or people of color, except for the governor. So he's the minority in the group. But it's been a wonderful journey, and it's so important because you represent what California is. And this is important in this particular time because, you know, I travel across the country. We deal with all of the various issues that we have to deal with. And we know there are some attacks on media, there are attacks on people of color, there are attacks on the concept of diversity, there are attacks on ethnic studies and what it means. And the beauty is that when you come home to California, you come home to a state that's very different. A state that is not attacking ethnic studies, but running to ethnic studies so that all of its children get the history of all of California. A state that is not banning books, but opening books for children. A state that no longer has to isolate women and their rights, to a state that actually opens it up, celebrates it, and supports it. We're in a very unique place when we think about what's happening across the country. As folks are shutting down voting, for so many, we are opening up the opportunity for those who've been incarcerated, those who are on parole, all of those kinds of things. We have opened up the largest voting base in the nation. And so we should be proud of who we are. Doesn't say we don't have battles. Does not say that we are not continuing in the struggle. But the fact that we have taken on the challenge and winning is important. California is the most diverse state in the nation, and it's reflected in this room. It's reflected in our relationships with each other. It's reflected in our values in California that will always celebrate that. I'm honored at the last election. I have to thank all of you doing the recall that you did an amazing job. You did an amazing job in us getting you resources and utilizing those resources so that we can have a great turnout. And that's important. You play a key role in that because as our state moves to become more and more ethnic, our media is too. And the messages we send is there and being utilized by all of you to make all of us better and greater each and every day. So I'm pleased to welcome you. I'm here just to really welcome you to Sacramento. Thank you for the work that you do each and every day. Thanks to my good friend Regina, who just constantly knocks it out the park for all of you because she loves ethnic media. And it's grounded in her dad's love for the press, we know that. So she grew up in a sense of understanding the importance of having the media and having true messages and having diversity in California. So she grew up with that, and she is making all of us very proud and making us shine each and every day for ethnic media. And I have seen you grow. I've seen you glow in the last few years, and that in itself is amazing, and forming coalitions and relationships that are essential. California is great because we hang together. We fight together. We know we have our problems, but we understand the value of each and every one of you to California. So I'm just honored to be your Secretary of State, honored to walk into a state and a room and a place where diversity is respected and encouraged, and that we look beyond the external and look to see what the people have to offer, but we also celebrate how different we are, which is how beautiful we are. And every time I look in the faces of so many who have such great history, it makes me sad for those states who refuse to deal with their history. But we celebrate ours, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and all in between. And as a result of that, we are stronger and better as a result of it. So once again, thank you so very much for having me with you today. I want to celebrate this conference today. Congratulations to all of those of you who will be receiving awards. You are most deserving. And we're doing everything we can and still talking to try to get more money for 2024 for the media, and hopefully we'll get it before March. so that we can have a great turnout in our primary and a great turnout in the national election. And this will be probably the most significant election in our history. But it's the strongest for democracy, and we're going to fight always for that. So once again, thank you, Regina, for inviting me. Thanks to all of you who said, oh, you came? Of course, I just live up the street. But equally important, I appreciate everything you've done and everything you continue to do for this state and most importantly for this nation. Thank you so very much. I'm glad to be with you.